Yes, Haruna Ibrahim.
Yes. Yes. I first of all, I would like to ask how we can get your official email address in
Sure,
case we want to follow up.
sure,
So
sure.
if you could please provide it for us, we will be very happy.
I think
Yes.
I
And
can.
then the
Can I wrote something here?
all right.
I think I cannot wrote. I cannot wrote at the chat. Well, you might able to contact me at my email Nazrol NAZDROL Nazrol at UMK, U for United, M for Malaysia, K for Kerala, .edu, education, edu, .my, Malaysia, and Y for yes.
Is it MY or LY?
MY, Malaysia, and yes.
MY.
Yes, MY.
Can you repeat it again? Repeat it, please.
Sure. I can write, but I'm not sure. I cannot put in the message. So you may contact me at Nazrol, NAZDROL, Nazrol, Netherlands, America, Zambia, Denmark, Russia, Oman, Libya, Nazrol, at UMK, United, Malaysia, Kerala, .my, Malaysia, yes.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much.
Yes, and then the next question.
Yeah.
Yes. We would like to find out from you, with your experience, is there any available database that if we want to sort for as a source of information, any database on the internet that we can go that has collation of different literature reviews across the various fields? So
Yeah.
maybe sociology, psychology, medicine, nursing. We would like to know from you, so that if you can share with us, we'll be very happy.
Well, I mean, I can provide you the information that, I mean, the university. I'm sure each and every university have their own databases, but as I mentioned previously, it's not going to be overnight to collect the materials. At least 3 to 6 months for you to gather the material, analyze the background prior for you to write the literature review. But I think, yeah, I can share, I mean, the sources from my universities. Yeah, I'll give to the organizer.
All right.
Thank you.
Then the last question.
Sure, please.
Yes. As we will be looking for the information between 3 to 6 months duration. That is a lot of work has to go into it, a lot of diligence.
Yes.
How can you let us know? Yes, we want to know, how can we cross-check that very literature that it is authentic?
How you can cross-check whether
yes, that literature is authentic? Yes.
Okay, so that's why, as I mentioned, before you get the excellent or the correct one, you're going to face 99 failures. All right, so it's all about the process. Along the way, you'll find the right one, but at instant you would like to write the correct literature review, the correct information. No, that's why always put whatever you have in mind on paper first, and then work out on papers. Okay, that's why to have a good literature review takes you a year, 6 to 12 months. 1 to 6 months, 3 to 6 months to gather the information, another 6 months to write. Once you write, you rewrite, and then you revise you according to the framework. You're going to change here and there. Once you realize it's not correct, it's all about the process, and you need to be very patient and patient. Patient and patient. Yeah. Ranjit Kumar and Dr. Nehru, if I have some time, I would love to answer whatever inquiry do you have, what the inquiries that you had, but I'm not sure if I still have time or not.
Yes, sir. Very little information. Sir, I'm Dr. Niru Vaishnav from UP. Sir, I want to know that how many pages we should include for our literature reviews.
All
Is
right.
there particular authors that we should mention initially?
All right. Okay. That is a very, very, essential. It's a very good question, Dr. Nehru. For me, at least you should have 150 to 300 pages or 250 pages for the literature review alone if you are in social science studies, because it's all about theories. But if you are coming from the science background, it might take you less than 50 pages. If you are an engineering, manufacturing. Okay, but for social science, 150 to 250 or 300 is normal. And if you're doing, qualitative, it can take a lot more pages, up to 400 pages. Yeah, I think, I think I answered the questions. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
So one thing more, what about English?
English, that's why for the first
Social
time,
sciences.
yeah, for the first time, it's not going to be perfect. Put whatever trash, whatever things that you had, because it's all about the process. And then the English, you will revise according to the process. We will revise accordingly. If you have things on mind, put it. If you're doing PhDs or masters, every day you need to write at least 1 page. Okay, 1 day, 1 page, or 360 sentences. Or even if you don't have time at all, please put 1 sentence on the page. It shows that you need to work continuously. Okay, because rhythm is very important for PhD studies. You cannot just write this week and continue next week. It doesn't work that way. You need to write half page today, half page tomorrow, until you finish. Even if you are totally busy, you have no mood at all, please put 1 sentence, to say that, okay, you've done your part on that day. All right? That is the tips as well. It is a very good question. It's a very good question. So if there is no more question, I give to the organizer. Thank you so much.
Sorry, I have one question.
Yes, please.
Sometimes PhD students like us tend to do the paraphrasing from different tools. Like there are some sort of tools for the paraphrasing. So what are you recommending to us? Would it be helpful for us, or we need to describe it by ourselves without using those tools?
All right. Madam Farzana, if I'm able to advise you, I'll say that use whatever tools that you are comfortable with. Nobody able to to say it to you. Use this kind of tools, use that tools. No. Whatever you're comfortable with, trust me, that is the best for you. If you doesn't feel comfortable, or if you feel, you know, irritated with those kind of things, it's not for you. Because each and every one of us having a different kind of journey. If you have 5 kids, your journey will be different than those singular, those who are not yet married, but they might find another problems in their PhD journey. If you are talking about PhD journey, it's a testament on its own. Some phase during the first part, second phase during the middle part. I mean, some phase at the last part, some phase with the marriage problems, some phase with the parents' problem. So it's a testament on its own, actually, the PhD journey. But if you're able to hold on and continue, take bits by bits, because it's not going to be finished in 1 year or 2 years. I've witnessed those who are proud to say that I can finish this in 2 years or within 1.5 years. They never finish. But those who say, "Oh, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do that," they will most likely to finish. Why? Because they buy bits by bits. Put one sentence today, solve one sentence today, solve another sentence tomorrow. They don't complete the whole part in 2 hours and expect it to be perfect at the same time. All right? Okay. So I would love to be, part of your, research groups, just to give motivations, because motivation is very, very important. It's not about, it's not about skills. Sometimes motivation that can drive you to complete. Some people just at this moment to finish, but they give up. If you give up at the very last end, there's nothing can make you get. But some people takes 10 years, or as what I've mentioned, 16 years. 16 years finish, because it's everyone's journey is different. Someone raising the hands. Yeah, Sheikh, please. Or maybe it's I take someone else time. My apologies. I think I should stop here. Maybe we can share at other platform, and we'll give ways to the other speakers to provide the talk for today's sessions. Is it all right? The organizer, can I leave it to you? Because I'm afraid that I'm not going. I'm afraid I'm being selfish and take the other speakers' time.
Yes, sir. Please continue, sir.
I can continue. Yes. Yeah. Please. Any more questions? Share Zeba.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Yes.
Sir, I have a question. Actually, I'm a scholar and I'm at the last stage of my PhD. And recently I got married. So my PhD is just like oscillated between complete or incomplete. So right now I am facing the problem in paraphrasing my sentences. Actually, we are not allowed to use the platforms like Grammarly and all. Actually, we are like self-made sentences we made in our thesis. But right now, I am more often I use Grammarly and all other things which are very helpful for in paraphrasing. So should I do that, or else is this possible, or is this safe to use Grammarly and some kind of apps which are like paraphrasing the sentences in the new words with
No. I
not
don't.
so good literary terms.
Yeah, I don't recommend for you to depend on certain apps or certain, I mean, tools to paraphrasing things. You need to do on your own. If you do on your own, you'll get better. Okay, how you get better? By having someone to read or to correct for you. So
Exactly.
yeah, but you do it on your own first. Okay, doesn't matter if the English, the structure is a little bit.
Actually, I write in a very simple sentence. It's just like we have made the very simple sentences. Like, yes, this character is oscillated between good and bad. So when we use grammarly, the good and bad is like it gives a good literary term to good and bad. So it sounds good, it looks good. So I think it's just like transmitted by so simple
Okay.
pieces into a very good one. So
I tell you what.
sometimes I feel it's helpful, and sometimes it feel like I'm just repeating my ideas with the all the sentences.
If you feel stuck with that,
Exactly.
give it to someone else to proofread for you.
Okay.
If you proofread, then you have two advantages. First, the people who proofread you will correct the grammars, the structure, and everything. And at the same time, it will indirectly paraphrasing the sentences, the idea, without, I mean, changing the original meaning to it. So that's why, I mean, but of course, proofread sometimes cost some money. But this is kind of investment, right?
Okay,
this is
thank
kind of investment.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
if you feel that you've done your best, but still you're not satisfied with it, give to someone who can proofread to you. While they proofread, they will make sure the grammar is correct, fix your sentences. At the same time, those is indirectly paraphrasing for you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sheikh Adam.
Yes, sir. Sir, can you allow me to speak something?
Please.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So I am grateful to you for your nice presentation. Sir, several misconceptions have been eliminated from mind. Sir, I have a question like this. What should be the length of thesis? My subject is English.
Well, you're doing social science, you're conducting social science or science study?
My subject is English literature.
Oh, English. If you're
Literature.
talking about English literature, then it's going to be very, very lengthy. Because to make sure that other readers understand what you're going to put on the papers, even one subject you need to describe in 3 to 4 pages. So for English or literature studies, I would say that it's limitless until you reach to the means that, okay, this is what I want to people have. I mean, to provide the idea of your study actually. For English, for exploratory study, I mean, for what is it? Qualitative studies. Okay, for English, for qualitative studies, for literature studies, it can goes up to 500 or 600 pages, I would say.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. That is just my opinion. It might be correct, might be wrong, but of course, for English, for literature, studies, humanities, because the evidence is according to the sentences. All right, the outcome according to the sentences. So you need to provide more sentences compared to the sciences or social science. Okay, because you have the analysis and you can depend on the analysis, but your analysis within those sentences. All right. I do enjoy my talk this evening. Thank you so much for make it a memorable talk to me, and I would love to share from moment to moment. If you would like to reach me, I'm always there, because only those who conduct PhD or having the journey will understand, what you're going through. Some That's why, sometimes we feel like our spouse doesn't understand us, the family doesn't understand us, the friend doesn't understand us. So let them be, because this is just a temporary time. You can lose friends for a while, but once you get the PhD, you can always be their friends again. Okay, this is something that you need to sacrifice for yourself. Okay, this is time for you. Yeah.
Dr. Nazrul,
Yes.
I'm sorry. How are you? Are you okay?
I'm good, Prof. Bala. I'm currently at the Patani.
Yeah, I know you are Thailand. I'm in Kuala Lumpur now. I just
thank you so much for
I just left
your time.
Melaka, the beautiful state in Malaysia. Melaka, I just have 3 days workshop.
Right.
And then non-stop working. Just arrived, and I was at live TV at the 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Very
I
important
that.
issue in the country that we're going to tackle about the main problem. That next year many people will resign, young people from the job.
Sure.
This is not a Malaysian case. I think worldwide. I think the whole world must think about human capital management, and each country must be reflecting, because there's a big issue. Because that's why I have to address the issue, and I need to be there on air. And next week, Bernama also already booking me to talk about again. So I think. Okay. Anyway, congratulations for your talk. I just want to know one question that you're talking about PhD.
Yeah.
I think what is the difference between PhD and DBA? Because some people say DBA very easy. They say good coursework, but end of the day, doctor. I mean, they have to carry doctor. Nobody will question you after you become Dr. Nazrul, Dr. Bala. They will ask you, are you doing DBA or PhD? So many people, I think, are still waiting. So where you put the PhD and the DBA, and what is standard you measure? Is it both same, or you think they are different? I think I do say different, Doctor.
Sure. Thank you so much for the question. Something that I would love to share with all of you, ladies and gentlemen, students. Actually, PhD is when you're thinking of doing research for your life. I mean, to become a lecturer. Then you should have a PhD. If you are attached with the industry, but if you're attached with the industry, but you need to use your expertise, to share with the fellow industry, to the public, then you need to have a DBA, Doctor of Business Administration, not necessarily a PhD. A PhD is something that necessary for lecturers. I mean, because they would like to produce another PhD students or DBA students. But if you are attached with the industry, you don't necessarily need a PhD, because it's more heavier than PhD actually. DBA, we do have 2 components, all right? But the research component is just 40% of it. You tend to have another coursework components as well on certain subject matter. But for me, research is quite similar. Whether you conduct DBA or you conduct PhD, you are going to go through the same process, and there's nothing more easier. All right, there's nothing more easier. It just which one fits you. If you are in the industry, then it should be all right for you to have a DBA. But if you are at the universities or researcher, then PhD suits you more compared to DBA. All right, Shay, you have more questions?
Sir, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
I'm
Vijayarani,
Vijayarani,
yes.
faculty member, Art Sciences. Just been made mandatory in certain universities.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, candidates do not possess such aptitude. Just because it has been made mandatory, people come for research. They are forced to do research. Research candidates, when they enter into research, they are not given autonomy in the time frame, for the time frame of the research. Either before they complete their research studies, or if it is empirical research, experimental research, they need more time. So universities fix time frame which has to be removed when candidates must be given autonomy for their research, the types of research that they choose. Then it shouldn't be made mandatory, because candidates who are good in other aptitudes, who don't have research aptitude, they are forced to do research. That's my observation. Could you throw light on this?
All right. Thank you for your opinion, Madam Vijayarani. Well, in Malaysia, I'm not sure in India, GOT, or graduate on time, is when a student need to complete the research in 3 years. All right, in 3 years only. Why? Because this is something crucial to make sure the survival of the university itself. Okay, we cannot allow students to have their free time to complete the study, because they are on scholarship. So they are just funded for normally 3 years. But if you are independent student, you can take as much time as you want to finish your study, your PhD or your master's. Yeah. But it depends on the nature of the study. All right. As I mentioned before, you're not going to say the world problem. You just need to, to extend a little bit of knowledge that already existed.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah, that is my response. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Dr. Ankim sir from India, sir. I have a question.
Sure.
Actually, I have done PhD in mathematics.
Yeah.
Or my research, differential geometry. Sir,
Yeah.
One thing I want to ask: Can we use quality method in as a research methodology in the field of science or not? Generally, because generally we use quantitative method for science subject. Can we use quality method?
Wow. You're doing mathematics. The nature of study is mathematics, right, sir?
Yes.
Mathematics.
Yes.
Normally people use quantitative, because the nature is, numberings, empirical study. But qualitative, you can use if you would like to prove a new theories that most probably hasn't been existed yet. So if you are on that track, if you feel like you're doing things, major, you try to prove something which is big, then you can use qualitative. If not, trust me, it doesn't work that way. Mathematics is always about quantitative. Yeah. Because it's been already out there. Most of the theories been out there already, but I'm not sure if you are on the verge of discovering new theories. Yeah.
Actually, there are two types. It is basically fundamental lectures and pure lectures. When we do, I think, fundamental lectures in mathematics, generally we use quantitative method. But in hello, sir, I'm audible
Yeah.
for you. I'm audible for you, sir.
Come again. Come again.
I'm audible for you.
Yes, sir. Continue, sir.
Yes. Actually, sir, very good. We have we have reduced my confusion. It was my confusion that whatever generally we use quantitative method in mathematics. But if times a question raised in my mind, where you can use qualitative method or not, and we have removed my.
That's why I mentioned just now. You can use qualitative methods if you about to prove a new theory that hasn't been there. But if it's already there, most probably you need to use quantitative because it is not an exploratory study. And some more, it's something related with the mathematics. In general, of course, it's going to be quantitative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
No worries. Yeah. Well, if it's all, thank you so much. It's been 10:30 in the evening in Thailand, in Pattani. So I believe there is another speaker on the line, and thank you for the opportunities for me to share the information on how to craft the literature review this evening. Thank you so much. Hope to see all of you. And I wish you all the best and best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you
Thank you,
very much
sir.
for a wonderful presentation, sir. We were very happy to have you among us with today. And now I'm giving on the session to Jessica to introduce about Professor Bala.
Thank you so much, Jeplet. Thank you so much to Dr. Nazrul for his session, very informative session and engagement statement. Okay, now I would like, please allow me to welcome Prof. Dr. Balakrishna Parasuraman, a professor of Human Resource Management and Labor Relations, Faculty of Entrepreneurship and Business at University Malaysia Kelantan, to give his welcome speech. Before that, I would like to brief a little bit of Prof. Dr. Bala. Okay. Prof. Dr. Balakrishnan Parasuraman obtained his PhD at Wollongong, Australia, Master in Science in Human Resource and Industrial Relationships, Stirling, UK, Bachelor Social Science Honours and Economic Development at University Science Malaysia. Prof. Bala has 26 years experience in university, founding president Malaysia Industrial Relation and Human Resource MIRHA since 2020, research fellow National HR Center HNRC, advisor of Bursa Young Investor Club BYIC UMK since 2020, patron for this conference Lavender Literary Club India, and University Senate member at University Malaysia Kelantan since 2020, adjunct professor of Cyberjaya University, adjunct professor of Malaysian University of Science and Technology, adjunct professor of Masa University. Prof. Bala has published 18 books and more than 200 articles in referred proceeding and short article, and invited panel expert of television and radio talk show on entrepreneurship, business, HR, and IR, such as Astro Awani, RTM, Al Ijra, THR, Raga, FM, and others. Okay, so I would like to welcome Prof. Bala to give his speech. Welcome speech. Hands to you, Prof.
Okay, thank you, Jessica. And also, I'd like to thanks to our speaker for today, Dr. Wan Muhammad Nazrul is my colleague from University of Malaysia Kelantan, from Faculty of Entrepreneurship and Business. So, and here I'm not going to take a long time. Actually, I was supposed to come in the earlier session. I already say apology to Dr. Frank Jason because I have other commitment in another state. I have another workshop. Then I have to drive back to Kuala Lumpur. And I think first of all, I would like to welcome all the distinguished participants in this international virtual workshop, right, on research article writing and publication in high impact journals. And also I would like to thanks to all the confirmed speakers who are going to be with us from day one today, Friday until Sunday. And of course, I will be speaking on the as a patron for this workshop and international conference. I'm very glad to say that all of you actually take your time, although you're very busy schedule, and I think you'll come very serious with one objective, to learn something from all of us here. Although we are actually this workshop, international workshop, was organized by three important professional bodies and also NGO from India and also Malaysia. First of all, Lavender Literature Club India, which are under the leadership of Dr. Frank Jason. And I believe Dr. Frank with us for a long time. I think he's now in our room also, listening to us. And then the next one is the Cap Comorin Trust, Dr. Regine, and under his team, leadership with some of the main committee members together with the Lavender Club. And actually, finally, Malaysian Industrial Relations Human Resource Association. This is a newly formed professional body in Malaysia, which I think lies with the ILO, International Labour Organization, and also we are one of the think tank in Malaysia to talk about labor and HR issues. So we are one of the partner together. So you can see the flag India and Malaysia. So I believe that time for us to India and Malaysia to collaborate in many ways. So I think the three professional body here at NGOs, we bring all of you together in one big family. I believe we are giving a venue for you to collaborate with some speakers. So don't think they're just speakers. They're also your future partners, collaborators. And I believe those people in this room, you also come from several states in India. The same thing goes we are. So I actually bringing a lot of speakers all over Malaysia. And I give a lot of chance to young scholars like Dr. Nazrul. They are not young, they're already in the senior position a long time, but they still consider me, I'm the senior scholars. I'm actually become mentor and we train them to be internationally, to expose themselves to play an important role. And I believe internalization, just not only talking by each university, but actually this is a venue for us to collaborate. And all of you, I think, already working very hard for your universities, and you want to bring the name of your universities to the international. So this is actually very important venue for you to come and collaborate with the Malaysian universities. So that's why I brought a lot of scholars from not only from public universities, and also from other private universities, which I have direct contact with many private universities in Malaysia. And we are actually very specialized on the entrepreneurship in Malaysia. We are giving a license by the Ministry of Higher Education. Anyone to study entrepreneurship, please come to our university, University of Malaysia Kelantan. We are 1 hour flight from Kuala Lumpur to Kota Baru, a small town, but of course we are much emphasized on the entrepreneurship per se. And our student will be come up with entrepreneurship mindset. Good news today I'd like to share. And today another university, near Kuala Lumpur, University Wales and University Malaya. It's a joint venture, University Wales in the United Kingdom. And today they invited me to speak about entrepreneurship in biotech and so on. So you can see that how we are growing. We are quite the youngest considered among the big players in Malaysia, but I never see that. I'm bringing this one abroad to India. And as you know that India and Malaysia have a long-term collaboration. Our Prime Minister from Malaysia and India, within many years, we have collaboration, we have a good network, but I didn't see any network on academic per se. So my intention, I think with Dr. Frank and Dr. Regine, I think we are actually working very, very hard in order to bring this collaboration to be materialized. That's why and when I started introduced by Dr. Frank through my friend, Dr. Ganesan, is not here. Actually, Dr. Ganesan is the main person that brought us all of it together. And Dr. Ganesan was introduced to me, Dr. Frank. And the first question asking Dr. Frank, are you going to do this workshop virtually forever in your life? What are you going to do? And when I start, I always believe in the publication. So I'm expert on publishing a book, edited book, and so on. Not only Malaysia but other top publisher. So I told why not we work on that. So we got less writers from India. I would really like to next our project, a book project. I want many scholars here. You all got a doctorate. Please participate actively. This is an interesting project. We bring three universities together. Actually, in three countries: Indonesia, Malaysia, and also from India. So we want to play an important role in this region. So that's why I brought this project. So I hope that many of you are very young in terms academic, but put the publication, not only go ISI Scopus, but don't forget, you also need to publish a book, and we start simply like book chapter and so on. So I believe every publication will be counted. Don't think that only ISI Scopus will count for your career development, but also other things like join a conference that we are doing now, joint collaboration, joint research, joint publication, and so on. So book is one of the important things that you can have in your desk, in front of desk, and you can tell your students, see, I already published, or your bosses, or your VC, we already published a book together with other scholars around it. This is what I'm trying to do. I'm not talking, I'll put action, immediately put action. This is what I am. And every action must be outcome based, not just talking. Even in the country, I more emphasize on the implementation and the outcome based. I believe on outcome based. So this conference, probably, we don't end up just talking and talking. Probably we can select some of the papers to be included in the next. So that's why we are planning to have a physical conference next year. I hope Dr. Frank and together with our team members, we're going to collaborate 3 universities probably we do in India. I hope all of you please come and participate virtually. Physically. Very important. Physical is very important. You see face to face, you network and so on, and also this is going to happen. So I wish all of you good luck. I saw just now you all participate actively. I'm very glad to see, very happy, and you all participate, asking questions, and the speaker giving a very good response. And with I know Dr. Nazrul is one of the active person in UMK. Dr. Nazrul, are you here there? Dr. Nazrul, are you there? Hello, Dr. Nazrul? Don't think so. I think it's okay.
Yes, I'm listening to you,
okay.
Prof. Of course,
So yeah,
I'm listening to your
Nazrul
talk.
is the gatekeeper for us on the culture. I already told Dr. Nazrul bring him some of the Malaysian culture, Dr. Nazrul, to India next year. So I believe.
Yeah, I would love to bring our team over there actually in Kerala.
Yes. Dr. Nazrul, I already told him bring our culture member, team member, our students to present our culture into the Indian culture. And India and Malaysia long-term friendship. Like my forefathers all come from India, Tamil Nadu, okay? But we are Malaysian. We are a Malaysian, but even though the class is Malay, but they're already inculcated with all the Indian cultures. Dr. Nazrul very familiar with the dhoti, with jippa, with the Punjabi shirt. I think Dr. Nazrul will be very familiar with that. And I think love to wear all this. And of course, the Indian like to wear batik. We will bring some batik. You can order, we bring the batik. You would like to wear batik.
It's a diversity, but yet have their own identity. A diversity, but identity is still there. It's something that we can explore and put on research as well. Something good.
Yes. That's what I believe. Together we promote the culture, and at the same time we also promote our more intellectual property, intellectual discourse. We call it discourse and discuss, and at the end of the day, we enjoy our life, our things. So that's what I want. I don't want we talk and discuss after the end of something. So we are going to have like dinner. During the dinner time, we have a culture show, and I believe Dr. Nazrul and the VC was very happy. Our VC followed us, and VC said he really want to come. Dr. Nazrul want to come return to India.
That's
to appreciate
great.
our VC always follow, right?
November, right? During November, Prof.
Next year. Planning on September.
Oh, September.
Yes. And our top management very impressed, and they are following us in the Facebook and social media, and so I think it's a right time for us, our young scholars, to travel, and not only traveling, but also engage with the professional activities like publication. We are trying to bring this conference. In the end of the day, we're going to publish some papers and we're going to introduce a few journals. I mean, it's a new journal, but of course, it's growing very fast because we are going to have top editors and so on. And most of you, I think, young scholars here, please take the opportunity. Your time is not, don't wait for the time. Like Dr. Nazrul said, just keep on working and working, communicate and so on. So I'm like, my time is going to over already. I'm in another few years, I'm going to retire. I'm going to do some other things. I'm going to do community service. Actually, I'm going to back to the any countries, you know, like Africa or India or Sri Lanka or even Malaysia. I'm going to do a lot of, disseminate my knowledge to the young people, young generation. I keep on doing this until the end of my career. But of course, I want to see each country growing by independent. We are in the big family. Don't separate it by geographical, by race, no, by religion. No way you can separate that. We are human beings. I keep on telling in many conferences, we are human, we create by God, we serve the community. Which community? The community that's suffering down there. Through your publication, your research, your academic collaboration, please help people down there. Like today, the 3 days workshop, we come up with a very important policy for the country. I won't tell anything about that, but we are going to save many people out there who are suffering. And we're also looking at the graduates now, no job and things, so we are looking at it. So you need to engage like this activity. Don't just for yourself. Many people do for yourself. You want to promote yourself, professor, it all come with you, don't worry. I didn't apply any job in my life. I didn't ask for the promotion, nothing. You'll come naturally. People look at you, you come. I promoted, no application. People ask me to apply, and I got it on the job because your heart very important. If your heart genuinely to help people, everything will come back to you. If your heart not good there, you have a lot of insight. All black, nothing white. Is never good thing. Believe my word, any religion. I believe on that. When I help my student, God help my kids, my children, and my children become someone now. He's doing it. He was with us. He followed us. He said, I want to join you also. Can I be like you? It's only 20 years. I'll follow you. I want to see you how you do that. Can I transform all your knowledge to me and I will bring back to the next generation? So this is how the kids also follow you. That's a good thing that you will be academic. Academic is a wonderful job, noble job. I believe you all can bring to the next level. Whether India, whether Malaysia or Indonesia, doesn't matter. We are the big family. Please remind yourself, your student is your next asset to bring the next level. So your PhD student, master student, tell them, do research that impact to the country, impact to the community, impact to the world community that we are looking for now. So don't think that everything like only US, European base, we are also great. You got civilization. India was many years back civilization. You don't believe your language. In Malaysia, we are imitated many languages, many cultures together. So we are rich. So why you want to segregate ourselves? No way. We have to do that. This we start a new started, but eventually it got to be better through this small association. Not big. We're very young, small, but small can bring the big policy in the country. Believe on that. We are small, doesn't matter, but we're going to bring a lot of people. So you're small. You're only 100 people here. But these 100 people will bring more community there. So please contact with Dr. Reggie and Dr. Frank in India and also in Malaysia. And I'll bring all these scholars together. Hope we can do more things. Okay, with that, I'd like to thank everyone once again to all the speakers and also especially for this student participant. I always respect all of you, as like whether young, whether old, you all academic, you went through difficult life. I know that how tough is your PhD, how tough is your masters, with the family, with the background, with financial limitation, you're able to come and you want to more and more. So with this note, I officially open this 3 days international workshop, and may God bless all of you. And I think Malaysian time almost going 11. So I'd like good night and hope to see next 2 days. And please come over and bring your friends and enjoy the conference.